a little weird to announce you're building a roasting plant in China in the middle of a Chinese-spawned epidemic, no?
Well, I mean, there's a couple different things going on here, Tucker, that you should be aware of. I mean, when you're looking at companies like Walmart or Starbucks, what they're investing in is locations there to sell to the Chinese people. They're going to sell that coffee they're roasting to people in China. They're going to open a Walmart store in order to sell products to people in China. So if they don't do this, that's just lost revenue. I mean, it's not money they would be spending somewhere else, because this is with the end game of capturing that consumer. What is interesting underneath all of this, though, is what the Chinese government is doing to get companies who are sourcing things in China that they're going to then sell elsewhere, like in the United States. What they're doing to try and get those companies to stay, they have bent over backwards to try and get them to continue to source products there, whether it's automakers and they're trying to get glass or components makers. Remember, one of our big things that we were fighting about in the trade war was the fact that if you wanted to get something from China, you had to strike a deal that was so unfavorable to the outside companies, where you had to hand over your intellectual property, where you had to give over so much of the profits. Well, now suddenly on that front, they're panicked for two reasons. One, because of the pandemic. Two, because of the trade war. So they're trying to get companies to stay there. That's a big part of the story. But other countries know that as well.
May I ask you a question? Okay.
Yeah.
But so Walmart, which is one of the biggest companies in the world, and has really kind of transformed rural America, not for the better, I would say. Is there anyone at Walmart who says, I don't know, 17 million Americans out of work, maybe we should at least make a symbolic effort, since we are an American company, we were spawned here, protected by the American judicial system and patents and all the rest. Maybe we could do something for America right now, just to kind of send the message that we're all in on America. Why wouldn't they do that?
Well, I'm sure they are doing that. I mean, they're the ones that are trying to hire as many people as
no, they're not. No, they're not, sweetie pants. No, they are not. And Tucker, let's allude to the elephant in the room. Sam Walton started a company down south, and that scumbag would demand that any supplier that wanted to sell him, and this was by the late 80s, better have their sourcing come from China. That was them. That was when Hillary Clinton was on the board. Let's stop the bullshit. If they're American, I'm the effing Pope. Yeah, Count Chocula. That would be me. Okay? Let's all stop the bullshit. There's nothing America about Walmart. But hey, associates, wear your red, white, and blue all-American hat. Stupid Americans, they're the cause of all this. I don't go to Walmart. I won't go there. And I don't shop on Amazon. I won't go there. And I don't buy foreign cars. Never. Okay? So this has been in the hands of the American consumer forever. But they're pigs. They're selfish. They're stupid. They're short-sighted. Perfect recipe for Chinese stew. So when you ended up getting cooked in a pot by some chink communist and the temperature gets up, it's your own fault. It's your own doing. As for me, the caveman that gets made fun of sometimes on Facebook that I'm too reactionary, F you. Right where you breathe. Okay? I believe in a nation. I don't believe in globalism. I want the UN killed. I want the World Organization that Tucker Fredrickson here is starting to talk about. I want them done. I want all the politicians that let this happen arrested, hung, or kept in jail for life. I want their families put on slave plantations. Yeah, I'm talking about biblical restoration to this country's ethos. You betray the taxpayer, you betray the working man in America, you ought to hang. I'm a conservative, but I believe in working Americans first. But how many stupid left-wing working people think communism is their way? They would have voted for Bernie or drunken dumb Joe Biden, Mr. China Connection. right? But they're not going to wake up. They drive their Toyota Tundras to their job sites, or maybe used to. I don't know how many job sites are going to be left after this all shakes out. Look at this quadroon. Look at this absolute freak show. Look at this quadroon from the World Health Organization, right? What about this guy is evocative of the word health? He looks like a disease in wingtips. So, demand justice. All these dead Americans from this chink-com virus, they'll want to cry. That's what they learned on 9/11. Let's go cry. We'll ring a bell. Every year we'll say a name, and we'll cry. We'll hold up pictures, and we'll cry. I don't let my enemies see me cry. I'd rather be dead. I don't know where this weakness came from. People who died on 9/11 were not heroes. They were victims. Flat effing out. I don't care what you did that day. If you died, you were a victim. When you vanquish your enemy, you're a hero. I'm Greek. It's a Greek word. Vanquisher of your enemy is a hero. Okay? A victim is a victim. John McCain was a prisoner of war. He wasn't a hero. He was a victim of his own stupidity. Read about the Forrestal, where he blew up 132 naval sailors playing hot shot, doing hot takeoffs with his Phantom fighter. I don't talk about that. It's the same disease. It's the same disease. The anointed ones get to steal and fist fuck the system and never face justice like Hillary. And dirty Joe Biden with his crooked sons. And instead of running for their lives, they run for the White House. F it all. Right to hell.